YouTube now.
Over 3,000 meters, we'll see Paulino versus El Nasser again in the long sprints for the women. So much to look forward to, including a cracking 1,500 meters in the women's short distance. And at the end, the two short hurdles races. Sydney McLaughlin.
Right, so Grand Slam track is incoming here momentarily. I'll let the announcer kind of do the breakdown and get us ready for the day. Yeah, turn my speakers locally where I can hear it a bit. Don't want it overpowering you guys either.
Who's got the most points so far in the slam? Joya's not here this time, so he's
just let me know as we get rolling. If it's sounding good wherever you're at. So it's a little hit and miss because sometimes different events have different volume impacts and inputs here.
Dos Santos does, and Kenny Bednarek does 48 points, as indeed does Sydney McLaughlin Livroni. That may well change for her, but for Kenny and Dos Santos, they'll be looking to continue their perfect record so far.
So from Philadelphia, Land of Shawano, and a lot of other awesome folks that we know.
In the world in over 100 years, having big track meets here. So 400 meter hurdles first up. First time we're going to see Jasmine Jones at 2024.
Stream Deck software running here.
Who have run well already in Grand Slam, but it's first time for Anna Cockrell as well. And Anna, Olympic silver medalist last year. And so really looking forward to this.
Yeah, she was kind of a surprise silver medalist at the Olympics last year. So she's kind of got a target on her back without even realizing.
Got that going for her. Hey, what's up, Hobo Joe? How's your day been? What you doing this weekend, Joe? We got track and field coming up here momentarily.
Former Olympic champion's going to be in lane 3.
Well, we have it now, but we're waiting for the events to begin.
And wide, gentle bends, if you like.
Yep.
So that's definitely going to be a factor.
Alright, got the single camera feed, looking better than last time we went through. Love to see it.
We are, the greatest show in
I'd love to see Joe in the chat.
Grand Slam track. 96 of the fastest humans on the planet are coming together to fight for glory. They're competing for a prize fund of over $12 million.
Over 4 slams, we are changing the sport with 6 new racing groups.
Short sprints.
Long sprints.
Short hurdles.
Long hurdles.
Waiting on shipment of Bowman for a break. Oh, good luck, man.
Will compete twice in their
What's like the best cards you can get out of the Bowman break?
100 and 200 meters.
And our long distance runners will compete.
I still like ripping packs, but I'm definitely out of the loop on like what's new, what's good, what's hot, all that.
12 for first, 8 for second, 6 for third. You get the vibe.
Add the points together and you have a leaderboard. And every place matters. Because where you finish changes how much you win.
If there's a tie on points, times from both races are added together, with the quickest taking the win and the money.
And it doesn't end there. Over 4 slams, our overall points winners will be crowned.
Yeah, I just used the Witherholt card on the Cardinal theme team because I've been doing Color Storm like ranked squads, so he's sort of fresh in my mind at the moment.
On Grand Slam track.
Well, I hope you get a couple of those guys, Joe. Are you gonna film yourself opening it and then like, you know, upload it to Instagram Reels and all that, or do you not do all those things?
And away she goes now, gliding down the home straight. It's going to be Sydney to take it. There's our slam champion. Of course it is. She is still so much better.
It is for the viewers. Okay. Little Fort dot. Oh, nice, damn.
So no Sydney here.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. I'm gonna look at your post history here. We've posted before, but yeah, what's going on with that? Pig. That will not do, Pig. Gotta get some clips for Hobo Joe.
Rochelle Clayton, good to see the Jamaican back after pulling up in the early slam in Kingston in front of her home.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy's chatted before, but I don't know if he's compromised account or compromised brain. I thought I'd give him one more shot, but it's up to you, Bama. If you think that it's ban worthy, then take him out.
Certainly looked as though she needed another couple of races in Miami. Now, what about Jasmine Jones?
All right, so we're getting ready for first race here incoming.
For the very first time, what a 2024.
Bama, how's your weekend going?
Seconds in this event. She goes in 5. Adrianette Knight, another very, very good Jamaican. second to Femke Bol in Rabat just a week ago. And Bol, second best in the world. Well, I guess you can throw in Cockle there as well with
Been meh.
so that's a good marker for Adrienne Knight.
Well, hopefully he gets better as the weekend wears along.
The Italian follow Runzo. Ran a new 400-meter flat personal best just recently. That might stand her in good stead when we get to the 400 tomorrow. But this their main event over hurdles. And then Lena
It's day one. Tomorrow, of course, we'll get day two from Philadelphia on Grand Slam track.
Long sprints. Lena is the hurdler, although she's had a very good season indoors at 400 flat. In fact, quicker than her sister.
Is the audio blend okay? Is the sports too loud, or is it okay?
In lanes 1, 2, and 3, you may have noticed they're starting before the finish line because lane 4 is the actual 400-meter total one lap.
Okay, awesome.
In the inside lanes, they have to run more than a lap to complete the distance. Got that?
Open a ton before so you know the checklist.
So Nielsen, follow runs on Mohammed. That is Mohammed in your picture. These three will actually cross the finish line twice. For everybody else, a lap as normal. 400-meter hurdles, first event of Philadelphia Grand Slam.
All right, women's race 1, 400 meter incoming. Long hurdles.
Got a pretty good start. Shimmer Little got left a little bit again as they go over the first flight around these long sweeping bends here at Franklin Field. Rochelle Clayton started very quickly.
Hurdles always made me feel like I would trip and like smack my face on them. Clayton's off to the lead here to get us started. Joe, what's your best track and field event? How about for you, Bama? Hopefully they're coming, Bama.
Clayton still in the mix, and Adrienne Knight trying to get there, but it's now Cockrell pulling away. One more barrier to get over safely. She's over it.
Joe, he can clear one of them. Feels like she's coasting out there. And she is. Nobody quite on her level.
To take second place. Bit of an untidy race in terms of Folorenzo went down the back straight. Shamir Little went.
So it looks like Cockrell is going to be our leader first time through.
Stayed strong. I mean, your first race of the year, a win, big win against.
Damn, how do you know that? Were you doing research or?
Nicely, Jones, as I said, finished quickly for second.
It's good to cross the line first. As I said,
So you probably would jump too early on the second and fall. Yeah, I don't even know if I can clear one. Happens to be at most 2 jumps. All right, so first-hand experience.
Picked it up and obviously had a lot more strength than the rest of the women coming home. But it was good to see Jasmine Jones sneak up. She was seemingly way back, 5th place heading into the last hurdle. Came off and was able to secure 2nd place.
Sure, I'm in the correct category out here.
She can maintain to get over these last barriers when the lactic is starting to build up.
You know, sometimes it just doesn't save, right? And you're like in MLB or something. If you guys get a chance, please click on the pin link. It's also going to pop up in chat occasionally. That is sponsored for CSN. You can check out their search engine. Helps them out. Of course, they help me out because they let me participate in their events and all the good stuff. So, yeah, please check it out. The gears are spinning.
She actually prefers the shorter distances.
You get a beautiful shot of the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And 400-meter hurdle combo, as opposed to having to run this open 4. So, I don't know that please going to work out. What would you even call that? I don't know what you call that, but.
Just hurdles, right?
Right.
The hurdle slam.
Yeah, just the hurdle slam.
Never told us this, Joe. What did you never tell us, Joe?
Well, she gets the 12 points on that time.
All right, so there's the top 3, Cockrell, Jones, and Knight.
Jasmine Jones, good 2nd place. Good to see her back running well.
I don't really know if it's winner place show, but you know what I mean. There are points, and the points carry over through the subsequent days. You and your buddy had a text interview with Kyron Paris.
Your Grand Slam track debut with a win.
Too bad Mike's not in the chat right now, because Mike's a big Angel fan. How was Paris in the interview?
Good to be back. And also, given the tough season you had last season, you weren't sure about the Olympic Games. What a way to start your outdoor season! Like
Dodgeball. What's up,
Yeah, it's
New
exciting.
Music Inferno?
It's exciting.
How you doing,
Competing
man?
against really, really talented women. It's a great event. So I'm happy to get the win, happy to get it done. My parents are here, got some family here, so good way to get things rolling.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
You'll see me tomorrow.
Go well.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so his favorite sport is dodgeball. He's doing alright. Best friend did it. He said he was a really nice guy. Going to try to interview in person around the All-Star break. Are you guys doing this for like the pack breaking business or is something different, Joe? Hey, what's up, Sharmer? How's your day going? Welcome in. Let's enjoy some track and field from Philadelphia. Sharmer, what's your favorite track and field event? I think this is the best stream service. Both the hosts and the races are live. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Track? Thanks for being there. Greetings from Kenya. Buddy, I don't think I've ever had a viewer from Kenya. I've had viewers from South Africa, and I have a good friend from Mozambique, but nobody coming through from Kenya previously. So, yeah, great to have you in the chat. I don't know a ton of track and field, but I'm lucky to get to host the event. So, yeah. Tell me everything that I need to know about track and field that I may not know as we watch together. Best host and live stream ever. Sharmer John, dude, you're after my heart, dude.
Yeah, I was talking to a former world
In a good way. Appreciate you guys. You guys are hyping me up too much here.
This big three. And he seems to have a lot of faith in
Ooh, I don't think you told me about that, Joe. We are streaming on YouTube and on Twitch, in case you guys have a preference to watch one or the other, but yeah, just settle in wherever is most comfortable for you. Usually we're on TikTok as well, but today we're just doing landscape streaming, at least for now. Let's get it, says Bama.
But I want to know if he's going to try a new race pattern, because he's usually getting out and fading. But we'll see, man.
It's always brave to try something new, particularly in a technical event.
A lot of shots around Philadelphia here.
Previously on Grand Slam.
Who's everyone's favorite track and field athlete of all time? I have to go Carl Lewis and Florence Griffith Joyner for men and women respectively, but I know those are some older names. And I'm obviously an older sports viewer. I'm live at 5 my time too, Joe, usually. So if you hear me talking to chat in the other chat room, of course, yeah, it's just the other friends coming through. Let me pull up my overlay here so you guys can see both chats. I guess I think you'll be able to. Didn't have the lights on. Now we got the lights on. Oh, nice. Do you have an actual website too, Joe, or is it just the Twitter account? I guess you can make enough ad revenue off of X these days to make a few bucks too.
So this is Clement Ducourse. We'll be hoping that this will be a better slam for him. The American-based Frenchman.
Yeah, they're getting in the starting blocks.
Disqualified in the hurdles, didn't start in the 400 back then. Seems ages ago now, doesn't it? Early April. Now Dos Santos being introduced to the crowd. Caleb Dean inside him, and as we said, expect him to get out hard. Always seems to do that. Ran well in the 400 in Miami, new personal best.
Listen, almost
So
every
he'll be
day.
thinking,
Joe, that's the way to do it.
hurdles are good hurdles here. Trevor Bassett, watch out for
You're a lot more of a content creator than I realized you were, Joe, till like 2 weeks ago. And I've known you a while.
Grand Prix there, so he's been traveling the world as long as he's got that out of his legs. And hoping to go well here. He's got a good lane drawn, lane 4. Then we've got Gerald Drummond. Remember seeing him win. Talk about a lane. In Eugene, was it last year in lane 8?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys are on YouTube, kindly subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up and the reactions. We love it. And we want some more of it to keep you guys entertained here.
The world at 400 meters, 44.15. Still is the second fastest in the world this year, I think. And then on the inside, Assini Wilson. So Robinson and Wilson, like Drummond.
And if I'm too loud or the
Little bit different here
the content gets too loud, just let me know and we can adjust the audio.
Young Jamaicans with so much strength and depth in 400 meter hurdles, men's and women's. but it will be Dos Santos, who everybody will be trying to get on terms with. The former world champion. Caleb Dean in 5, the other racer. Racers in the red, wearing red numbers. Clement Ducos, the Frenchman. Can he get in amongst it here?
Right. Certainly there's a reason they got the camera on this competitor, as he may be one of the favorites in the men's 400 meter long hurdles. Today's day 1. We will have day 2 available as well right here on my stream through Creator Sports Network and Grand Slam Track. And they're off. Yeah, you should, Joe. Always better to have a little bit more content than less, right? Content's great. Thanks for live stream. Of course, Charmer John. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out here.
Flying in the inside lane in 2 is Chris Robinson, who's going very, very quick indeed. And Robinson may even have the lead as they come into the top bend. It's Robinson in the white in lane 2. Shirley's gone hard here. Trevor Bassett coming back into it as well as Caladine just starts to fade. So Dos Santos with work to do. 3 of them abreast. Penultimate hurdle.
This is going to be a pretty close finish. I mean, who knows? Maybe somebody's going to pull away, but the ladies' event seemed like a clear leader. And yeah, we see the tape getting broken. So whoever they were focusing on their pre-stream was really good. The chart kind of quiet, but it's good. Okay, yeah, if you want it louder or quieter, just let me know. Because I can be a little bit too loud occasionally. I don't know if you guys want that chat popping up. If not, we can hide it so you can see the results a bit better. The chat is just so you can read, you know, each other's chat from 2 different platforms. Right. Race winner, Alison Dos Santos. That's actually a name I'm familiar with, although I didn't realize he was out there racing. I didn't recognize him. Once I saw the names, like, oh yeah, Dos Santos is
coming up for 2nd place.
Pretty well known. Track and field
he
world.
might have even had his head half a meter ahead at one point.
Yeah, coming into hurdle 8, those guys had the lead on Dos Santos, and I think it was kind of like, okay, y'all woke me up, it's time to go. So coming into the home straightaway, I was thinking
Charmer John knew Dos Santos was going to get the win.
Who he is, and he showed us who he is, and came through a lot stronger, a lot smoother, using that height to his advantage, getting over.
Yeah, he's won multiple medals, right? I believe in the Olympics.
Yeah, it was a bit of an untidy start from Dos Santos. I think he clipped the first hurdle, maybe the second one slightly as well. So maybe that was why the others were much more on terms with him.
Man, Philadelphia looks beautiful. I'm gonna go check it out one of these days. Can't wait to see Sydney run for Charmer John. Me too.
Once he got kind of that rhythm going nicely, and he just saw off the threat, didn't he, in the last 80? So here we go then, 48-1.
I think Usain's no longer competitive, Hobo Joe.
48-25, taking 2nd place. Well, that'll be a season's best for the American. Robinson again, right in the mix. Really went out hard, 48-76 this time. 3rd place for him.
So Dos Santos picks up 12 points. Bassett gets 8. Chris Robinson gets 6, and so on.
For you, Clement Ducos, the Frenchman, still getting to terms with Grand Slam. 1 point for him at the bottom.
Hey, they should be running soon track. Miller versus Colton. I don't know the event order as far as, you know, like we just had the 400-meter hurdles, what's coming up next, but they should show us on the graphics here through the presentation. I believe we got like a 3-hour event today and 3 hours tomorrow.
It was a nice race. Got 12 points. I want to leave with 24.
What was going through your mind as you cleared the last hurdle and you could feel people on either side of you?
I think like in the beginning of the race, I was like, okay, I could be faster, but like I had some trouble with the hurdles. So like just go with them and just like leave the group in the last 100. And that was what I did. Into the like the 2 last hurdles, I could felt them, but it's like, oh, now it's gone. Now it's my race.
Good job, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate everybody watching throughout the globe on the stream. If you're on YouTube, love it if you guys could subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Hey, what's up, Sunshine Shawnee? How's your day been?
Just dominant of the hurdle, the 400-meter hurdles. So enjoying a good crowd here in Franklin Field. It's a huge stadium. But we've got a good crowd in here. Weather hasn't kept them away. Now we can look forward to our first distance event. It's going to be an 800 meters And if you think that was unusual with the 400 carry, quirky as we just look at Josh.
Yeah, doing good. It's a beautiful Saturday out where I am. I'm in California, and it's nice to get to watch some sports and talk about them with all of you guys. Yeah, Philadelphia's got some great scenes. They definitely were ready for panning out that way. More like track spies. I like it, track. West Coast spies. Warm here. It's 100 and it's supposed to be 104 Fahrenheit. Not sure what that equates to in Celsius for my international buddies, but I can find out. It's the hottest day we've had so far this summer. Well, summer's not here, but it's almost summertime. All right, 104 Fahrenheit to Celsius is 40 degrees Celsius, guys. So we're cooking a little. Thankfully, the air conditioning's working.
And just missed out on the Olympic gold medal last year. So the 800 folks here want to make sure they control.
Hey, I love doing the track and field. I love doing sports, period. So sometimes we get track and field, boxing, baseball, soccer, whatever they get lined up for us. I'm happy to stream it. Same track for the penny relays. Looks bigger than the normal track. You may be right. I definitely am not an insider when it comes to the sport, unfortunately. I wish I knew more about it than I do.
2 different events. He's an amazing athlete.
So I don't want to tell you any nonsense. Be like, oh yeah, that's definitely that or whatever. Because I don't really know for sure.
Men's short distance.
This is anyone's race here. It's Josh Kerr who's just found a little bit extra this time. Kerr takes it. And Kerr loves that. Kerr's got to get closer.
Okay, it is. All right, Sunshine knows what's going on.
Kerr comes in 5th place. Slam winner, Josh Kerr. Highly anticipated men's short distance. Cole Hocker, Olympic champion 1500, finding these 800s tough, running personal best, but not getting the positions that he needs to challenge in his main event.
All right, who's everybody liking here pre-race for this one?
Nagus, a big personal best in Miami, but he didn't win. That was Josh Kerr.
I feel like the production crew may show us the favored racer with the camera work like they did last heat.
Will be the defending world champion when we get to Tokyo later in the year at 1500 meters. And he was pumped, wasn't he? Finished 5th in the 800, but was good enough to win the slam. Arup, who again expect him to take this out, but he won't have it all his own way in terms of getting to the front. This young man here, Josh Hoey, coached by an Australian, but in the US, him and his brothers.
Got the double monitor set. That's why I'm like looking back and forth. I'm sure I'm reading all the chat.
Loves to get out there and control the race. If you don't know this guy here, he's having an incredible indoor season, breaking records, Dutch records, and 1 or 2 of them are pretty good as well. Sam Chappell, he's got good endurance, good 800, good at 1500, as is Elliot Giles.
The inner 4 lanes aren't your standard 400 millimeter lanes. Then they expand out to 9 lanes, while most tracks have 8. Oh, interesting. You think it's tough for racers to adjust to being on the different track, or do you think it's not that big a deal for them?
At 800 as well, and as Carrie was saying, watch out for Hobbs Kessler. Tough choice for him on the inside. They've got to break in a very unusual fashion. We'll watch it here.
Hey, Hobo Joe, don't be a stranger. Hang out and chat with us. Track say it's not even fair to the outside lanes. We got the men's 800 meters short distance here.
To their right, and the guys in the outer lanes will move to their left as normal. All holding our breath, Carrie.
Well, I love that right there. Watching Hobbs Kessler get out in front there, but then we see Marco Arup. This is his race, right? We've seen him win now at both the last 2 slams over 800 meters. Today is the first time he gets to run his event in the first day of the
Last I saw Champions League was PSG was up 2-0 over Inter Milan.
He likes to lead. There we go. we see him. This is what he likes to do. He likes to sniff the front. He doesn't like to be in trouble, but he's right there, kind of testing a little bit of Marco.
That's a great idea, Joe. You should definitely link it in our self-promotion channel in my Discord server if you're not in there. Some track surfaces are slightly different, which in terms makes some of them faster than others, but it's still a 400-meter round. Yeah, that I would expect, right? Some surfaces being a little bit better to run on than others. And I thought it looked like it was rainy today, but I may be looking at everything wrong. We got a new follower coming in, and it's BTCYO. Welcome in, BT. Joe, don't be a stranger. Thanks for hanging out. You notice they are in lane 4, not lane 1.
1:43.35 off a 52.1 first lap. Whoa! They could not live with him. They could not live with him. 1:43.35. I mean, Matsalela ran brilliantly last week, the young Botswan, and run quicker than that, but not like that. You know, no pacemaker, no lights.
Yep.
Control the race. And I'm not sure I've seen anybody.
So quite a dominant performance. Seemed like he was way out in front.
Marco, the way that he likes to run out front is always spectacular. But to see the strength that he's gaining from the slam, being able to run 1,500 meters once a month, if not now, he's done once a month there at 1,500 meters. He also ran the Road to Records mile. He is building so much strength, and we just witnessed that.
I mean, it's deceptive. You can watch it. You can see what he's doing. He gets to the bell and then just goes. When you should be slowing down, what tends to happen at that part of the race, people slow down.
Yeah.
He starts to speed up, and the guys who've sat at the back thinking we're going to start and move through now.
Feels like the races are going by quickly, but they are getting everybody kind of queued up and ready to run here.
Very impressive.
With a nice short turnover.
1:43.38. Hoey clear, very clear in second. Nagoose will be happy to finish ahead of the rest as we head towards the 1,500 tomorrow. That set it up very nicely for him. He's in shape.
He's in big-time shape, and Hoey is too. I mean, he just won the
And I'm on the West Coast, so it's 2 o'clock here. East Coast in the United States, where this is from, is 5 p.m. Summer's coming on, so some clouds menacing overhead.
He is one of the best in the world.
Well, 1 or 2 will be disappointing there. Points down at the bottom there, Elliot Giles and Chappell. But
And here in PSG are the champs. Tight spot.
Perhaps the happiest in terms of the overall slam performance.
So the Canadian ran through.
Really good.
And took that one down for the 12 points. Day's last day for the NCAA Regionals Track and Field East-West. You've been keeping an eye on that as well, Shawnee?
Absolutely stacked, and you controlled it from the front and made it look so easy. How was it for you?
It felt great, you know.
Come on, Josh. This is real tight stuff.
It's easy to run fast in a stadium like this.
Most definitely. Can't wait for the National.
It's your third 400, 800-meter win at Grand Slam. 1,500 has let you down so far. Tomorrow, are you going to change that? Are you going to get the slam win?
Yes, I will. That's the plan.
And just finally, a word for Josh Hoey. The start of that race with him on the inside.
Need that 9.75 wind legal for track.
I mean, it worked out in the end. He ran a great race. He got a little chippy in there, but you know.
Yeah, I wish I had the franchise.
I got to give credit for him for staying composed in a situation like this. This is a great race for him.
Marco, we'll see you tomorrow. Well
8 runners went sub 20 in the 200 meter.
A common misconception about me.
Oh man.
Definitely faster than I would be running, Shawnee.
People think I'm rude. But I'm not. I'm just very blunt.
I think a common misconception about pro athletes in general is that they always feel the greatest confidence. I have confidence that I'll get it done.
I don't think I want to get into franchise. I feel like franchise just drags too much tight spot. Tight spot chatting with us on the Twitch chat. Maybe if the servers were down, but if the servers are down, I'm only playing it for 15 minutes or something.
We thought you were so like stuck up, so serious. You didn't like to have fun. And I'm like, bro, what?
I think people think I have no personality, that I'm scared to race, that I'm being controlled by my coach, and that's how I make all my decisions. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
I've heard people maybe say before they didn't know that I was so like cool or down to earth. In the sense that maybe the first perception is maybe I'm unapproachable.
Yeah, so we're awaiting
I think
the
my
next
legs are
event.
pretty long, so when people do meet me, they're like, "Oh, you're a lot smaller than I thought you were."
I mean, I guess a lot of people see, you know, what they see on the track. Like, I'm there for business, so I'm kind of like straight faced, and I guess I look angry to some people. But yeah, outside of that, like, I have an actual personality. I'm not a robot. I don't think people think I'm actually a robot, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know.
Have you been playing much franchise type spot? They're getting in the box. Here we go. Yeah, I should be on tomorrow too, Sharmer, for day 2.
The whole crowd, as the athletes walked to their block, the whole crowd here stood on their feet, got their cameras out, starting taking pictures. And Kung Fu Kenny, as he's known, or as we're calling him, 200K Kenny or whatever it is. Yeah, he's the one they're all wanting to.
He's got real fans now, man. He's got real fans. He's really built up his character through GST. And it's what we want. You know what I'm saying? New stars.
But Zarnell Hughes, watch out for him. His season's coming together really well. He's quietly done well in the slam, but he's going to challenge now. I think he could go well here, but Kenny's the one to beat, but Hughes is in lane 6.
Previously on Grand Slam.
We get a look at the Philly skyline.
It's going to be very close here. It's going to be Kenny again. Lane 78. Whoa! Kenny's got a couple of meters coming into the home straight. He's gone. He's well clear. There's daylight between him and the rest. That's fast. That's quick.
Got my birthday coming up on Monday, so having fun today and fun throughout the weekend.
Outside lane 4, well, not quite the outside lane. He's got Aaron Brown outside him. Kenny Bednarik there. Hughes is inside lane 6.
Forgot. Chowderhead and myself got the same day.
It is different. It's a long sweeping bend, and the lanes 1, 2, and 3, they've got to run 20 meters in lane 1 before you even get to the bend.
They're running a straight, then they're going into a turn.
That's a good way to celebrate. Once somebody to throw Kinney, but nobody has the ability here, says track.
Yesterday, and he's just going around this turn so effortlessly, man. He's on a different level this year, and he knows it. But I would say Zarnell Hughes has a real advantage.
I like the way you think, Track.
See Kenny around the turn. Kenny's not going to be able to know what Zarnell's doing, so he could shock him coming into the straightaway and being like, "Yo, Zarnell's up on me," and then we can have a race for that final, I'd say, 80, 70 meters of that straight.
Andre DeGrasse, former Olympic champion, just one of the big names in here. There's 1 or 2 new ones to kind of look out for. We'll point them out. Aaron Brown, very experienced.
You might get the whole mod team to participate type spot.
Relays with DeGrasse. Lots of guys went there to help their teams qualify for the World Championships later this year. Those World Relays were in China. Kenny Bednarik, though, will be concentrating on Grand Slam, and why not? And he's been running quick, 19.84 in Miami in this event. Has won it both times. Can Hughes get on terms? He ran in Atlanta recently.
C-Track says these guys are not fast. That's why Kenny will get this win.
With a very slight following wind, as it's slight, just slightly over the limit. But that just shows where he's at the moment. DeGrasse will be trying to hang on to the 2 of them round that bend. He's in lane 5. Decent lane draw for him. The 21-year-old Jamaican, Brian Lavelle, only once under 20 seconds, but that's a great thing to do. His next best after that is 20.34, so he kind of wants to get more consistent in that low 20-second mark, the young Jamaican. On with Zarike, and
hey, what's up, Christine? How's your day going?
This tricky 3 inside lanes here. Around the 100 in those games in Atlanta, got beat by Sambine, and everyone's been getting beat by Sambine this year. Christian Coleman, like you, Anson saw him yesterday practicing at the start out of lane 2, just trying to get familiar with this. 100 meters, of course, by far his best event, but he's a no slouch at 200 on his day. And then Christian Miller.
See, already midnight in
Just a
Kenya.
couple of weeks ago, he actually beat
How's the weather out your way? Is it pretty hot or is it still fairly
just
mild?
recently over 100 meters.
DeGrasse has the potential at track
See how he goes
at
in
this
the
point in the
longest sprint
season,
here.
maybe.
He's unknown.
So you are 10 hours ahead of me. It's 2 p.m. where I am.
Kenny's in 7. Hughes is in 6. DeGrasse
Hey, what's up,
is in
Sizemore?
5. Anyone else going to get involved? What about Christian
Set the
Cole
weapon.
in
Okay,
lane
okay,
2?
Sizemon. Don't snipe me from chat.
Thinking all Kenny right
It's
now.
raining in
What's he gonna
Kenya.
do?
I miss the rains down in Africa. It's a
now.
popular song from the 80s here
Is he gonna show
in the
these
U.S.
guys something?
Might just have a breeze on the back.
I think it's like Tears for
The
Fears.
athletes
Let's
down
sing it.
the home straight could work for them.
Could be wrong on the band. It's 104 in Vegas. It's almost the same out here, tight spot. I think it was supposed to be 104, and then the app updated to be like 102 or something. And they're off. Here we go. Don't blink, you might miss it. It's the 200-meter men's short sprints, and I'm assuming that's Kenny because you said Kenny was going to be dominating. Track told us from the other chat.
It's just been taken to
Yep.
90.95.
Bedrick
Almost a week
taking it
between him and
down.
the rest. Never mind a day. It was
He said a week.
so far ahead of everybody.
Indeed he did. Yeah, he crushed it. It's a
1995 on
tight
this
spot.
track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him do those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally. Was behind him and saw him for the entire race. But did what he could. Kenny got him straight away and just, no one's going to catch him by that point.
To try and explain this, because Hughes is running very, very well, but he's half a second.
Let everybody to
behind.
subscribe,
He's
hit the
beating
thumbs up.
around the grass and
If you're on
Colorado.
YouTube.
He's a half a second behind Kenny. So this is the quickest.
Stick
200
around with
here.
us. We got more track tomorrow.
What's that worth on a
And probably some future events as well
This track
through Grand Slam
is
track.
not necessarily made for fast times. So those guys, what they ran is actually decent considering this track. But for Kenny to run 1995, which would be good on a normal track, is it just a testament, like I said, to the type of shape he's in, the confidence he has, and what he wants to do when he actually races the Noah Lyleses and the Lesile Tabojos.
Yeah, one or two new sprinters coming to the fore, but Tabogo is the guy, 200 Olympic champion, but Kenny just seems to be on a different level.
And dare I say this, let me just take a look right here for the last 50 meters. I really don't think he's pushing it in the last maybe 40 meters, which makes it even scarier.
But everyone talks about keep relaxed, and you run quicker. But you're right, he just does.
There's beyond relaxed sometimes. I think he's actually saving his legs for that 100, which is strategically a good idea.
Yeah, the wind in the bag. Oh, it was in the bag after about 50 meters, but really surprising to see him that far ahead of everybody else. And as you mentioned, on this track, that's super fast
For
the wind actually
the
came up
next
at
set of
0.
combatants
There
to
was a breeze,
line up
but
in the block.
By the time they got around that bend, looking at the flags on top of the old building here.
And it's cold.
It's cold, it's a little bit chilly, but just incredible. Really good. Right, so another 12 points for Kenny heading to the 100 meters. When you look down at that list, Coleman, yes. Maybe Miller. I mean, is he going to win the 100?
The only people I see beating him in that 100 would be Christian Coleman and Christian Miller, and even if that happens, he should be secure.
Okay, so Kenny led by quite a bit over Hughes
In that 100 meters,
and Brown.
It becomes interesting. It becomes very interesting.
So 12 points to Kenny, and you saw the rest there, but just interesting to see how that race unfurled in terms of their kind of hitting their top speed. And if you look at Kenny, this is what we call a heat map. Green is cool, you're not going very fast. It moves eventually to red, so you're looking for where do they hit their top speed and then maintain it through. And you look, he hits his top speed there, he hits the highest top speed. Hughes got there just before, but just can't maintain it.
Yeah, I think just the bend running, the sheer bend running of Kenny gave him the advantage there, and strength-wise, he's just not going to get caught. But on the lows, Arnold Hughes has been on his heels throughout this slam. And if there was a slight chance of vulnerability, it would be here going into this 100-meter final. I've never seen anybody actually have a chance to beat Kenny in a slam.
Okay, let's hear from Kenny.
Okay, Kenny, we are 5 for 5 now at Grand Slam. First time in Philly. Talk about this crowd. Talk about the experience here.
Like you said, first time here. Didn't know what to expect. I know there's a lot of history here, but I'm loving the crowd. They came out the show. Track is fast, and I'm having a good time.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Well, he keeps winning. He keeps winning. That's and he keeps winning in a style that is just so impressive. It is dominant. And we mentioned his rivals. You know, Tobago's not running very well at the moment this year.
Can't wait.
So, at the moment,
Noah
he's
Lyles
#1
start
by
running.
far.
Yep.
That's pretty cool, taking some selfies with the fans.
That's what you want to do when you line up. You want to have that mental edge.
Signing some autographs.
He's a crowd pleaser, and we've got a few people who maybe not ready to run here. I think
Quincy Wilson.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, we thought we might get some of the NFL guys. We know we're going to attract track folk like Quincy to come and watch. Yeah, he's cold.
I heard Kevin Hart is here.
He is?
I heard through the grapevine. Which grapevine? Not willing to say. Or he might be here tomorrow. Maybe that's what I heard.
This guy's becoming too confident.
Something along those lines.
I believe it's the race winner of
Kevin, where you at,
previous race, tight spot.
In touch with the stars, right?
Quincy
Kenny.
Wilson's getting cold, says
Really
Trav.
looking forward to. We're going to follow this up with the women's 200 meters as well, and again, really interesting to see how they cope with this rather unusual but incredibly atmospheric and historic track here at Franklin Field. Great crowd in. Lots of them know their track here. This is one of the homes of track and field in the US.
Is this the best crowd we've had?
Biggest, definitely.
Loudest.
Live on YouTube and on Twitch, so hope you're enjoying in one or the other here today.
On Grand Slam track, women's short sprint.
It's going to be Jefferson Wooden who's going to take this one. What is going on in Miami? 10:75. Sensational sprinting. Jefferson Wooden is going well around that bend. Who's going to take this? Thomas gets it. But our slam champion is going to be Jefferson Wooden. Women are lined up, the crowd on their feet, on the back straight, ready to watch this one unfurl and unfold. Jenna Prandini on the outside. She came into Kingston as a late addition as a challenger and did very well indeed. So we welcome her back to Grand Slam track. And then it's been just an astonishing couple of Grand Slams for Melissa Jefferson Wooden. Got married earlier in the year and has won a shed load of money and has been running very, very quick indeed. But now Gabby Thomas.
Look at all the different racers and which lanes will be in.
Shorter sprint. This, her event, the 200 meters, as it is for Dina Rasher-Smith, the former world champion. Has Gabby Thomas to chase Tamari Davis, another American.
Indeed she is.
79 over 100 meters. It was with an illegal wind plus 2.4, but nonetheless a very, very quick. Our first look at Jada Mays, 23-year-old American. Pretty good starter, good 60-meter performances. 100 may be the better event for her, although she's no slouch at 200 meters, as indeed is considered.
Melissa versus Gabby.
Now running for Liberia, Liberian parents. In two here, and Salira Barnes.
You'd enjoy it, tight spot.
I was watching in Rabat recently. Again, a very good starter, but 200 meters not her.
You'd love it.
Event, but lane one for her, also something for her to contend with. So Jefferson Wooden won this event in Kingston, but was only third.
All right, ladies bouncing around, getting ready
To take the win in
to run.
21.95 in Miami. We've just seen Kenny dominate. Will
Loving the
Thomas do
shirt.
the same here.
Hey,
Olympic
I wish the team
gold
was
medalist in this event.
looking as good as I am today.
Dina Rasha
How you
Smith,
doing, Mike Plays Game?
former world champion in lane 5.
Now reversing the
Apparently, Mbappe was the problem at PSG.
They're just going to be asked to stand. Not quite sure whether there is a technical issue. Looking over in lane 2. Lane 2, I think, with Thelma Davis. Just issue with her blocks, I think. What was that call from the crowd?
I never really heard someone boo in track.
Oh, it ended up being 5-0. I knew they were up 2-0 last I saw. Didn't realize it ended up getting that bad. Is that the record? Or is it close to the record for the biggest blowout in the Champions League game? Can't imagine there's been a lot of more lopsided games than that in the final.
Gabby Thomas is definitely on the good side. Everyone's going
You play well enough to get to the final, you don't expect to get ran over by the other
real
side.
track fans here, they're loving being so close at this 200-meter start. Gabby Thomas, the Olympic champion in lane 6, will be watching to make sure she wins this. Melissa Jefferson Wooden in 7, Prandini in 8, Dina Rasha Smith of Great Britain in 5.
I think Real Madrid beat Frankfurt like 7-3 one time. Not as bad as this, arguably. Maybe worse for the defense. Yeah, that's rough.
Thomas away pretty smartly. Although it's just lost half a meter or so, and he's got to get moving here because Dina Rasha Smith is running a cracking bend and also going well.
Right, they are off, and 200 meters is going to go fast. Looks like she's pulling away there. Let's see as they come down the home stretch. Close, but lane 7 taking it down. Mike finds it so funny as soon as Mbappe leaves for Real Madrid to win the championship leagues, PSG won it.
Sorry. Look at Gabby's face.
Oh.
You gotta remember, Melissa is actually the first leg on the relay team. She's a turn runner. This is a turn favorite track.
This is like you said.
Did you watch most of the game today, Mike, or just bits and pieces?
You only, once you straighten up in the home straight, you've only got about 75 meters left.
Yes. And I know that's what Melissa was thinking when she got on that straightaway.
Watch last 2 minutes.
This straightaway short, I'm winning. I don't got to hold on for that much longer this time. And she held on.
So that's not only a personal best, again, another record for this track in the stadium.
Wow. In the rain.
I mean, at this point, you think, well, Gabby didn't get a good start because you're thinking, yeah, Dina Rasha Smith was up on it, but then you suddenly realize Jefferson Wooden is out there, but Gabby normally hauls people in, doesn't she?
She does. But sometimes when people are that far out there, I know there had to be a moment where Gabby was like, hold on a second, she actually is kind of far. There might have been a bit of panic getting into the straightaway because there was a lot of ground to make up. And you can see on Melissa's face, she knows that Gabby's going to be coming, but she has to hold on, and she did hold on and had the strength to be able to maintain in this.
Gail's going to live on that
the
one.
Olympic champion in the 200 meters. And she wanted that bad.
You look at, well, they didn't show on that replay.
Has he been playing well, though? In all seriousness, I know you're not an Adele fan, but it seemed like he was playing good defense for you guys. Last game that I saw.
Davis got third in the end, ahead of Ashley Smith, but Jefferson wouldn't. Maximum points, and we think should then mean perhaps another maximum for her in the 100 tomorrow. All of that to come. Beautifully set up. Big win.
Can't play center field.
Melissa Jefferson Wooden, we know how good you are at the 100 meters, but against Gabby Thomas in the 2, you just put the cat amongst the pigeons. Were you expecting that?
Yes, I was. I've been training for it. I told myself.
That was great. Olympic champion getting beat in says track.
And today, this race is, oh God, I've been in my head this whole week, fighting how good I can be in the 200.
Yeah, you don't see that every day.
It's time.
And just a word for this crowd, by the way. The crowd have been absolutely incredible. The crowd have been absolutely incredible.
Slashing in 209, 273, and 378. Yeah, I feel like his defense looked pretty good when you guys were in Sacramento.
Well, that was an intriguing race. Let's just have a look at the heat map on this one. So Jefferson wins in lane 7 there. And Gabby Thomas, well, Courtney Rand hits her top speed very early, but
He's better when he's in right. Maybe he's more comfortable, you know, with everything that's needed, being in right field.
Your speed as much as you can, and running on the bend is a skill. I mean, Ashley Smith's a great bend runner.
I think we're seeing a star being born here. She's really establishing herself. If she's able to run this well in the 200, not her strong event, it's going to be scary what she does.
Ruffalo was in early this morning. I streamed quite deep into the morning today. He was going to Sacramento for some work event, so got to chat with him for a bit.
Good training group as well.
Obviously, training with Shakira Richardson and TT Terry and Kenny Bednarek. I mean, there's a bunch of names to name a few.
Well, when the group is going well, though, that helps, right?
It can help. And when you're one of the leaders, as far as results, she's established herself as a leader in that group now with what she's doing. It changes the attitude, and it changes how you compete.
Well, she doesn't mind the weather, doesn't mind the cold, and I say the cold, it's still about 60-odd degrees Fahrenheit, and in weather terms for middle distance runners, it's pretty good conditions. Just
yeah, it's honestly, I mean, you can always hope for stuff. I was actually hoping the Aids were going to pick him up when I saw that he was getting waived, because I thought we could use a plus defender out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we have some new challengers. Josette Andrews, don't sleep on her. She is a very, very good athlete. But Wayne Kaladi as well. We have a lot of half marathoners that have some really good half marathon times, dropping down to the 3,000 meters.
Yeah, Agnes Engaged, it wasn't the year she wanted last year. She picked up the beginnings of
Not for him to have to play daily, yeah.
Missed the Olympic trials.
I mean, you guys still are competing for things, though, where the athletics, sadly, you know, for Ace fans like myself, it feels like the season's already cooked.
Because the course was short.
And today's not getting any better.
She's gone even quicker since then. And here, Grand Slam, she said she wants 25 to be a track year, because she didn't really get one last year. And she's doing brilliantly. So, taking on this brilliant young Ethiopian Medina Isa, the 20-year-old, will be making this a great race again, I'm sure.
You guys still around 500, Mike?
Previously on Grand Slam track, women's long distance.
Hands off to Gated. She's found something. He says hanging in there. It's so close to the Gated.
Yeah, I mean, you just need a little hot streak. You're not like buried below 500 like it's happening with my favorite squad. I really feel Emerson, Kotze, David Frost, somebody's head should roll. But with Fisher, they probably won't. Although Fisher is hurting his ability to get his new stadium bought with the team playing so poorly and just looking like they're not serious again. Alright, so here we go for the long distance race.
What she's been able to do is immense. But let's not forget Ty is in this as well. She was in an amazing 3,000 in Rabat in Morocco last week, but backed off in that race when Beatrice Chebet went on to almost break the world record. So I just wonder whether she was aware of what was going to come here. And you mentioned Josette. It's going to be fast.
Yeah, and Josette and Geber Salama right next to her here. I mean, we've seen Geber Salama at the slams, but they train together in Boulder. Dathan Ritzenheim is their coach. Both of them having phenomenal indoor and outdoor seasons already this year.
Yeah, Coach Ritzenheim's here. This young lady, Asa, I'm not sure we're going to be seeing her in the LA Grand Slam, so this is something which she'll be wanting to...
Yes, we're getting ready for the women's 300.
So one race, don't forget, because we've moved to
You guys winning or losing? A's are down 8-5, going to the bottom of the 8th in Toronto. Toronto about to win their third game in a row in the series. A's starting another losing streak. It's going to be game 5 if they don't rally.
Gatic is better the further.
Started out well. Soderstrom got a first inning 3-run homer, and then Gunnar Hoglund just got left out, seemingly for punishment or something by Katse when he was completely ineffective.
She is so fueled by competition.
Oh, watching the live, okay.
But I think more so seeing how hard she can run and what she can get out of herself.
So 7.5 laps of the track in lane 4, as it were. So if you're watching this and haven't seen Franklin Field before, I'm thinking, why don't they move to the
Ooh, Jones got inside the park. An error plus then the run scores at home. 4-2 Angels.
Just drops into the front.
Assuming this is a 3,000 meter. My eyes looked at that wrong. That's why they're off to a little more of a jogging start.
I was looking at when she broke the 10K on the roads world record. She went through 3,000 meters in 8:29.
I mean, she is a front runner. She likes to be in charge. She said she's not afraid of that. I've been texting a little bit with her. She's not afraid to go out in front, make the race. You know, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. She has Taye in this race that sat on her in Kingston for quite some of the race, and that's who beat her. I mean, when she was in Miami, Nagedich won. But in Kingston, the woman in the way back is the woman that beat her. So we'll have to see what happens here.
I think the big threat.
Yeah, it's good that he's back and having some success.
In 5th place at the moment.
Still DHing, I assume, for Trout.
These athletes, as you said, and Gatic chose to go home, but they're backwards and forwards. They've been running in the other side of the world. It's that time of year, but they are used to it. And Aisa, though, just happy to sit off the pace a little at the moment. That looks around about a 73 first 400 meters, which is not quick.
So I want to back up just a little bit. You said Ayesa is the one that you think to watch. You think a little bit more so
Mason
than
Miller is on
Taye.
for the A's.
I just
some
think
work.
this part of her career, she's getting better all of the time.
She's only 20.
She's only 20. She's building confidence. I know
Yeah,
that
Moncada's
she's
a piece
working
if you
on
guys are
this
not
finish.
contending, sure.
She knows
Be a
that
nice
she's
bat
going
for
to
somebody who's
challenge
playing well.
in the Olympics, in the World Championships, against the likes of Chibet and others. She needs to be better in the closing stages. And we saw
I wonder if the
Gatic
A's will look to move Severino, or if anybody will want him.
Miami in the end.
Contract's
It is
reasonable.
so fun to watch these ladies.
You know,
that
these
be able
gotta
to
kind of
compete,
keep the appearances
you know,
of
every 3-4 weeks
trying to
like they
win
are here at the
too.
Slam, but then also at some of the other races around the world.
You know,
Again,
not
she's
just this
really
season, but
getting good
the
at this. And like
seasons
you said,
beyond.
in the early stages, she missed that Olympic team. She's been fueled by running and making her team.
Don't think
win the
they'll give
World
up the contract
Championships
for
again.
1 year.
But this woman can run. The woman up front can run any type of distance. And as we can see now, injecting a little bit of pace, realizing that we're getting into this race now. So Nagedich, Taye up there now in second.
We're seeing the average
Yeah, I'm a
speeds,
little
only the
surprised it's not
fastest.
quicker than this, though. 2:28 to 800 meters, and for these athletes, that's not quick. So then it starts to pull in others. Who's got some 1,500 meter speed? Who can really pick it up last 1,000 meters?
Soderstrom's played a
Can
nice
you
game
run
defensively at first base
a
today.
2:37,
Couple
2:38,
of
that sort of
decent
thing.
plays.
You know, that's what others will be starting to think about, because it's not been quick through the first 1,000 meters. It's a bit breezy out there, but I am a little
He's cooled down a bit since the Barlin series. Cold streaks are expected.
letting her lead. And there might have been others who
Definitely.
were hoping the pace might have been a bit quicker, but they don't want to go in front of Gatic.
Well, we're seeing Gebre Salama move up just a little bit, getting ready maybe to get that pace going a little bit. And as I said, Andrews and Gebre Salama, both of the women in the green, they train together, both very good 1,500 meter runners. Andrews has been having a really nice indoor season, ran a new PB in the 5,000, but also just won.
You don't think he's
her
nursing
first
injury or
world
anything, Mike?
championship. So mixing up what they're doing in
We're
races.
gonna look at our
but
leader right now.
It is all 8 in this race.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, guys just slump or they can press and, you know, different things happen. It's a long season.
So, and as you said, good 1,500 meter credentials, just moving up a little bit closer. They're still not really seeing this thing get moving much. He says a bit closer than she was. At least Cranny on the curb.
Last year at the bottom of the order, 99% of the year.
Just waiting for somebody. I mean, you know, Tanaka at the back there. She's normally such a committed front runner, and normally in a race this slow, she would have been.
Sure, my Discord isn't in streamer mode.
Thinking, why is nobody else doing this?
Well, it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that the woman up front is someone that has won by being up front. But Taye, I mean, look at her. Look how smooth she looks. Look how calm. She's watching the back of Nagetić, just sort of timing and seeing what's going to happen. You know, we've seen Nagetić just almost ask for help in prior races. She hasn't done that today.
Just feel as though she's picking up a little bit, but
Raising the trade value for Mike.
the first 1,000 meters, it hasn't really got going.
Cranny moving up there. Cranny likes to run. We haven't seen quite the Cranny that we know of. She is coming back to each one of these slams, hoping that the old self comes out, and we all hope to see that. We know that she's struggled, but she's in it, and this is what she likes to do. She likes to sniff the front and get excited, and every lap that goes by that she can sniff the lead, that's a big one for her.
You know, we talked about the guys in Grand Slam. We've seen them run these slower tactical races. The women have gone for it, but not this time. So Nagetić is in the front, but nothing happening here.
It's a pretty good,
everybody's involved.
pretty good
Everybody's got
breakdown.
a chance. They've got 3 laps to go. Surely, Nagetić has got to get something moving here before everybody then starts to think about the kick. When am I going to go?
We got 3 laps remaining. Everybody's pretty clustered together here too.
On the inside, Elise Cranny, Aisa, Andrews tucked on the curb, Tanaka with Gebrselassie just moving behind her.
So this is live from Philadelphia's Grand Slam track. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe. If you're working on Twitch, love you guys to follow and hang out with us.
Well, Nagetić is getting quite a crowd.
Have top 15 valuable rotation, almost like the teams doesn't score runs when it counts.
As you said, she's got to wind it up. We've seen her do that.
A's team run differential's getting really lopsided.
We know time can be thrown.
No, it's not what you're saying, but
she is very fast over 3,000 meters.
sometimes we're getting blown out.
We're under 1,000 to go. This is when she needs to start pushing.
Right, who's got the legs?
Yeah, the shutouts are frustrating.
Surely just Andrews has got to have a think about it. And Nagetić starts to wind it up. This time, there's just 2 laps to go.
Yeah, if pitcher goes out, gives a good effort, and you can't scratch across one.
800 meters left. Tanaka even following as well. And Nagetić is going to feel some pressure here. Just checked who's clipping behind. It's Elise Cranny.
I think keep your eye on Elise Cranny. As I said, she just didn't have it the last couple months, but she's been training and she has the head to stay in it. She's done so well on the international stage. Watch how she can run. But look at Taye, just so easy right now. They're all in this race, but I really like what she's doing. Look at Josette. Here she comes. She knows how to win on this track.
Yeah, she's just sitting on her shoulder though, waiting. What she wants to do is have the position. She doesn't want to kick yet. It's 600. She'll let Nagetić continue.
Yeah, 6 is good.
Now, has Nagetić fooled them here? Has she given them
I forgot who
the
you guys
sense
are even
that
playing
they
this
can
week.
outkick her, but
Or this
maybe
weekend.
she's got the legs. We're going to find out. Gebrselassie, the first to find this a little bit quick now. 500 to go.
Well, there's no messing around now in the long distance. There's one race. There's one Grand Slam champ in this
Pedro
long distance event right now. So you know Nagetić is very much calculating and thinking about when do I need to make my final move.
Kalati is still involved as well, and Tanaka at the back of that group as they take the bell. And Nagetić is in the lead. The slam winner from Miami, Andrews, first slam for her. Then Taye is there, Cranny on the curb. Aisa, the diminutive Kenyan, has been followed by Kalati as well as we start to lose Tanaka. 300 meters to go.
One of the racers trailing well behind him.
Here comes Josette. She knows how to run the 1,500 meters, but don't sleep on Taye. Taye has
This is
been
the last
hunting
lap.
and hunting. We saw this when she was in Kingston, Jamaica.
This looks pretty close down the home stretch here.
Win at the slam. Look at these two stride for stride.
I love what Nagetić has done here. She's made them think they can sit and they can kick. She hasn't made it hard. She hasn't made it fast. Surely she's played into the hands of the others. So can Taye get it? Can Josette Andrews find something?
Same here. You haven't heard about Hunter in a while.
Stride for stride. A foot race to the line. And Nagetić has won it like this before. She's going to do it again. And Nagetić wins.
All right, there we have it on the women's 3,000 meter.
Slow pace. Who knew? 8:43. She's
Shoving this
delighted
year,
with
man.
that. And you know what? Well done.
I am sorry. Those long distance runners, they know how to bring a show. You cannot be bored watching this kind of race here at the Grand Slam. Nagetić is just so calm. She's young, but she's calculated. She's confident. She knows how to win. What an awesome race she just had there. But Taye gave her a run for her money.
Yeah, 2:43.
Grand Slam champ.
Meters, and most of that was in the last 500 or 600 meters because everybody was still involved with 1,000 to go. Taye sat there all that time thinking, oh, this is good. This is going to work out. I'm just going to outkick you. Josette Andrews probably thinking 2 laps to go. Well, there's no way in Gatage, you know, she's the distance runner. She's the 10K world record holder. She can't kick, surely. But
autographs for the fans.
clever. Very clever.
It's kind of drizzly out that way.
She's also a 63:04 half marathoner, the #2 of all time. I mean, how does she have
Sounds
that
like something
range?
I would
Look
do,
at this
Mike.
right here. Josette North still in it. Still, Josette Andrews, excuse me, Robbie, her husband. But look at Taye there in second, trying to get her around Nagetić. Nagetić just uses those long strides, big arm swing. She has the pressure. She breaks that tape. Look at her. Points to the ceiling, points to the heavens, whatever it is. She is so excited. And this slam series for her has brought
Like we'll
on
play
a whole
before
new
play.
runner. The track is going to hopefully see her at the World Champs because she has been waiting for it. Last year was a disappointing year for her, but Nagetić has just been showing us who is boss here, and she did it again today.
Made that a 61 last lap.
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
61. And a lot of that in the last the last 200 meters or so. I mean, Taye must have thought, and here's a lesson, everybody. When you run on the inside in lane 1, it's shorter. You run most of your race on the outside, almost in lane 2. You're running almost a couple of meters a lap
Like
further.
track 101.
And then when you get beat by half a meter at the end, it all adds up.
Wow.
12 points to Nagetić. Taye, a great race from the two, and the time's not important. We're here for racing. That's what that was all about. Andrews must have got in there with 6 points for 3rd place.
Wow, I thought they said Luzardo was playing pretty well.
A little bit tired there, didn't she?
Hopefully.
Maybe time for rest for the young Ethiopian.
That was fun.
Yeah, enjoyed that. They don't come back tomorrow. The money has been decided. The slam winner is Nagetić again. This time, though, for 50,000 because they only run one race. They don't go for the full 100. Well, she's heading for, I'm sure, a cracking season, particularly the longer track distances. I mean, Beatrice Chebet, her teammate, is running incredibly well.
Sleep on the mound for Hendricks, it sounds like.
Champion at the 5 and the 10, but Nagetić could challenge, and she can challenge with a finish, we now know.
Yes, she sure can. 61 seconds.
I bet MJ enjoyed that. Even though it was 7.5 laps.
There's Michael Johnson.
Racing, that's what it's all about. That's what Grand Slam was meant to be. Two people, head to head. Times don't matter. It's all about the points, about the prize money. And Nagetić has done it both ways. She's done it hard.
Hey, stranger
fast,
things have happened.
and she's done it slow with a kick.
Just get there.
Rooker launches a 2-run homer, so the aides can get within a run. There's already 2 outs, though, top 9.
Runners to have, or distance runners to have that
Once
range.
Butler drew a walk, and Rooker makes it 7-8.
Kind of even
So the aides will at least have the
time
time run to come to the plate in the form of Tyler
And also the
Soderstrom.
mentality to be able to switch up distances, to have that range that Nagetić has.
If you can
to be
tell,
able to
there's
calm
just
yourself
sort of
over
a,
half marathon
here we go
and to stay
again, tone to my
intense
voice,
over
because,
3,000
yeah, here we
meters.
go
That
again.
is quite the trait that she has.
Gonna be one of those, if only we didn't do X, Y, and Z, we could have won the game today. But nice win from Rooker.
Charlene, brilliant relay runner, and the Irish have enjoyed great success in the mixed and the 4x4 teams, particularly the women. Charlene is their outstanding individual runner.
Soderstrom knocks it down the left field line. He'll have
She's going to be going in lane
at least
2.
a single. I don't know if he's going to test it for 2 or not.
Also
If
welcoming
they don't want to run into the
the
final out.
under
You know,
20.
he's
We saw
easily in the
Lena
second phase.
Nielsen of Great Britain earlier on the 400
So,
meters.
time run 180 feet away for the Athletics is Hoffman.
Take on
Not locked in here for the Jays.
and Madelady.
It's not at the
Paulino.
moment.
The two of these, I just love watching these two race.
A real rivalry developing here.
I believe Langoliers is 2 up.
On Grand Slam track, women's long sprints.
Hate the baseball club for mine. Me too.
Fighting. Here she comes. The Olympic champion is going to get the win this time.
I was having a lot of fun with the season until it just started falling completely off the cliff. Like, I'm completely okay with some 500 ball and a shot of getting hot and just sneaking in, but yeah, you could maintain that.
But not here. She was at Grand Slam in Miami, but Alexis Holmes
Yeah,
is back.
Britt Ricker, the stat patter. They just showed a stat that he's one of the major league leaders in
Personal best in Miami, 22.3.
in.
And that helped
Gosh
set
dang it.
things up beautifully for her.
Langler hits it really well up the middle. Looks like it's going to tie the game, and it's a diving play by the second baseman. The camera didn't get over fast enough to show it. You can see Rooker looks like he wants to bite the inside of his elbow as the A's lose. But yeah, we didn't even get to see this diving play. You just see him on the ground with the ball. But Rooker, one of the league leaders in home runs with runners on. But yeah, great play from the second baseman. He was on the shortstop side, laid out for it. He gets Clement, and that'll end the game. So Rooker hit it well. Don't know what the exit velocity was, but excuse me, not Rooker. Langler's hit it well, but yeah, he'll spike his helmet, and A's find a way to not come through. A lot of long faces in the dugout. I feel like Kotze's lost the team. I'm sure they don't want to spin on somebody besides Kotze because they just gave him a 3-year extension, but jeez, I mean, I don't know how you keep saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna build a winner out in Sacramento. Yeah, we want to bring a World Series. I mean, not Sacramento. World Series to Las Vegas. Doesn't look like it, you know. Looks like they're just running the cheapest staffing options they can out there. I know it's not all on Kotze, but yeah, something's got to give, and usually the buck stops with the management.
Ran a very quick 300 just recently, 35.
Alright, so making a post-game thread, because I love making these losing post-game threads for the Reddit community here. But yeah, we got more Grand Slam track and more sports discussion. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe or follow if you're on Twitch or YouTube respectively. Should be on tonight with some MLB The Show as well, and then back tomorrow with Grand Slam track. May take Sunday into Monday off for the birthday.
Fastest time this season, behind Gabby Thomas, and of course Sawa Nasser, #1.
Win for her, though. I think it's the big thing here, isn't it? Paulino with Nasser.
So the back where I can see chat here just a second.
Following Alexis Holmes, who starts quickly if she often does down the back straight or into the back straight. Alexis Holmes with a
Ramirez didn't hit it for a moonshot.
You would say that very early in this 400 meters, and Paulino just feeling that Nasser has moved up. So is Makisha Price. Then a bit of a gap to the other athletes. Nielsen right in the middle in lane 4. This is going to be close, this one. Look at Nasser. She's taking it to her. It's going to lead through 300 meters. As they come up this long bend, Nasser's half a meter. Paulino starting to pull her back. Nakisha Price still going well. Paulino almost look. She changes gear. And Paulino finds an extra gear. And off she goes. Paulino takes the win. 49.12. That was awesome. That was a guy, an athlete who didn't panic, stayed calm, kept the race plan, knows that Nasser was trying to, as you said, kind of change things up, get ahead, get her thinking, get her worried, get her concerned. But no.
And I mentioned the times earlier, when it comes down to it, you want to come out with the win. It really doesn't matter what the clock says. The wins are what matters. And I don't think that Paulino wants to end up behind anybody else in any more races, despite whatever comes up on the clock.
Just need to have another look at her, because I was getting a bit confused in the end. And Carrie pointing out, I'm not sure we had everybody finishing in the lanes we were meant to finish in.
Pinned to the top of my chats is a word from one of our sponsors. Hope you can check them out and give them a click for Creator Sports Network to bring us more wonderful sporting events like Grand Slam track. Elvis, hey, how's your day going? Thanks for being there.
Now, is that a DQ?
Well,
because she's not inhibiting.
Not at this point. It's if she Where did she move into lane
It
4?
looked like just in the straightaway. If she did it in the straightaway, I think she's okay because
If
she's
she
not
does it in the
inhibiting
straightaway
anybody.
and she doesn't inhibit
Right.
the other athlete, she should be okay.
Right. Now, if there was an advantage gained on the turn in any way.
Have you ever seen one of those big train junctions where all the lines cross and you're never quite sure how they...
Yeah.
Well, I think the signals hadn't been set properly here. She...
Well, Paulino was in her lane.
Yeah, we're just double checking. We haven't seen a DQ yet, and I don't expect we will see one. I don't know if that ever happened to MJ. Switch lanes in the
Good
home
question to
straight.
ask.
Good spot, Carrie.
Very good spot.
12 points for Paulino. Nasa 8. We think it's going to stand as an official result, but we'll keep you.
Well, that DQ
posted.
would be major points-wise and standings-wise. So these DQs mean a lot.
Waiting for more race action from Philadelphia. Today's day 1. We'll also have day 2 right here on my stream, courtesy of Creator Sports Network. Really been a pleasure working with them and for them over, I don't know, it's been like over a year hanging out with those guys. We get a lot of wonderful sports for us to create content on. My volume's a little low. Alright, let me move the mic up slightly. I am kind of a soft-spoken streamer too, like I don't scream and yell, but want you to be able to hear me as well. Danielle freaking the wrong way.
In primary school, we tried out different sports in PE class.
Maybe that's how Cubs fans felt last year.
Faster than everyone. No one could have catch me. So I just stuck with it ever since. At that point in time when I was younger, Otto Bolden was on the scene and he was...
Man, they got some
doing
great
so well, and I
shots
remember
at
telling my
Philadelphia.
dad,
Hey, what's up,
"Send
Chowderhead?
muscles," and
How was your
my
stream
dad,
this morning?
"Daddy, I want to be just like Otto Bolden," because he was winning medals, he was really good in the 200 and 400 meters. And
Get Hendricks out of the
he's
game.
from a small island, Trinidad and Tobago, so I wanted to be just like him or even better. So from that time, I started to educate
We need to get
myself on
Chowderhead out
sport
here on
and see
Grand Slam track running the
opportunities
5K.
if you could actually
Some
provide
NBA
for me.
2K.
I always try to push
Oh,
myself
nice.
to
You
be
gonna
the
play
best that I
some
can,
my team
but
or
I saw
career,
track and field
Chowderhead?
as a means that I could provide for my family and elevate them from the situation that
Just
they
watch
were
the
in.
A's lose another excruciating game. Kind of hate to be on for live reaction, but you know, not gonna miss work when there's work to be done. But boy, they're sneaking up the field these days.
My
You got a
expectations were this year, I
99?
tend to take it one step at a time, 1 meter at a time.
I didn't know you were grinding
and
that much,
try
Chowder.
to have a good race, have good progress throughout the season, so it builds foundation and momentum so that I'm ready to perform when it actually counts.
See, Salwa ended up in the wrong lane, coming out last turn. I'll put it back on the chat overlay so you guys can chat with each other on Twitch and YouTube.
Every last race.
I've been trying to take it off during the race so it doesn't block anything else besides my face already blocking some. It's a DQ, and you don't mean Dairy Queen. Always 2K player before MLB and NHL. Have you ever been into my team, Chowderhead, or do you not care for my team much? Because that was my original content, was doing my team. But that's a long time ago. I miss those days, although 2K communities can be really tough to stream too.
He's like, don't worry about that. Don't watch that. I was like, no, why are you asking me that? He's like, don't worry about it. So are we on world record watch?
It's like the same redundant arguments almost every day.
Steven?
Alright, we got a who's better here. Smush Parker or Jordan? Smush.
Him just wanted to know, though.
Yeah. Sometimes somebody may say something like that, not ironically.
Time will tell. Well, he's, I hesitate to say athletes in the shape of their life. But, if you're looking at his 400, 200 at the moment, perfectly balanced, both of them going very well. He's had times when, one's not been as good as the other.
Exactly. Yeah, he never dealt with that.
At the moment, across those two events, perfectly balanced.
Yes, and flat speed-wise, he's
Played against dairymen,
and that's what you would need.
plumbers, right?
To be able to
Jordan.
go record, is to have that speed advantage.
We're really looking forward to this. Matt Hudson-Smith, the Olympic silver medalist. We've got the second, the third, and the fourth from the Olympics in this very race. Hudson-Smith won the slam in Kingston.
Oh, the A's have one of the Naylor brothers in the minor league system. Forgot about him, but he got brought up the other day on the telecast. Gotta get into some other games. Yeah, I don't blame you. Factor one or factor. Adele, awful, Renfrigo, second worst baseman in the league. Not according to MLB The Show. Renfrigo's got the fire diamonds, man.
That Matt would like to get back on track. I mean, that big check.
All right, let me take the chats down so I'm blocking less of Grand Slam track for our track buddies. We got some of our regular buddies in and some new buddies in.
Championships for Matt. Olympics and World Championships, and the combined losing time. You know, he came second.
He used to be good since
Mike. Time it takes to blink. 2 gold medals gone, and the time it takes to blink.
That's a lot of sleepless nights, man.
Previously on Grand Slam track, men's long sprints.
Look at Ogando and Lidther. He's absolutely shot around the top end, and then Jareem Richards is right up there.
Get some prospects for him. It's frustrating when the deadline comes around and they don't move the one-year veterans too. Track says, hope they don't disqualify her.
Look at this. It's going to be Patterson on the outside, but the slam winner is Richards.
Track's a very sporting track and field fan.
On the outside, the elegant Stephen Gardner, who pulled up in Miami, but pleased to say he's back, and might have just been a little bit of cramp or precautionary. He's in lane 8. The Olympic gold medalist from Tokyo.
Lucky to get anything, says Mike.
Same training group, Matt Hudson-Smith in lane 7, as Anson was saying, wants to try and get back to where he was in Kingston. Needs a good 400 here, needs to win this one to have any chance, because he's not as good at the 200 as Richards is. Richards can watch the British athlete. Those 3 racers joined with Utsala Samakonga, the Olympic bronze medalist, wearing the red number. Hasn't been running badly at all, just everyone else has been flying. So Matt Bowling, good to see him here. Very close to his personal best last month. Good 200-meter runner as well. He's got a good chance of doing well in the slam. Got the right balance between the 2 events.
Hey, Adele's homered in this game, Mike.
US-based Jamaican. He set a new 200 best. It's only 26.9, I say only, a couple of weeks ago. Caleb McRae, again, not...
We're getting ready for them to load up in the blocks and get going here.
Around the world wheel was the ankle leg for the US out in China. A little bit of an unfortunate draw, I think, here for Alex Ogando. 44.68 last year. He's run 44.78 this year. Ran a new national record at 200 meters with Richards, 19.86. And he probably was thinking, oh, give me lane 3 or 4. Give me a chance to run a good 4, and I'll have another go at that 200. But he's in lane 1. Work to do for Ogando. So Hudson-Smith.
Hey, what's up, Foxtrot? We're good. Talking baseball and track and field.
Finishes very strongly. The Zambian in lane 5 as Stephen
Multicast going. We're on Twitch and YouTube.
Ready to contend here in lane 8. Men's 400.
It's the 100-meter long sprints.
Away cleanly. Everybody getting a pretty even start through that first 50, 60 meters, although Gardner just being left a little bit. Hudson-Smith going past him, and he knows he's got to go pretty hard, because here comes Jareem Richards. Jareem Richards started quickly. Bowling's going well. Oganado right on the inside, also trying to give himself a chance through 200 meters. And it's Jareem Richards. Matt Hudson-Smith looking a little unbalanced around that top end, but now starting to come back a little bit. The Brit is forged his way back to the front as they come into the home straight. This is good for Matt Hudson-Smith, looking really strong. Almost finishing quickly as well. McRae is right there, but look at
this. Looks like a runaway here. Lane 7 taking it down easily.
49. Solid. Didn't panic.
Hey, that's a great start there, Foxtrot. So Hudson-Smith victorious.
Others started quickly as well. McRae ran a great race there, though. on one of the inside lanes in lane 2. Stayed strong over the last 50 to come away with second place while others were faltering. Did Richards overcook that?
You make them stagger that quickly, you can shake up people's races. I think that was the aim there. But Matt was real cool, man. He responded very well, and he knew he was going to have what was necessary.
You should definitely link me to it, Mike, so I can take a look. If you have it handy.
Yeah, there was just, halfway around that bend, I thought, oh, Matt's trying to... It was almost like he was wanting to, move on from where he was. And you see him this time. Look at it. It looks like, oh, he's really reaching for this. But then it even gets smoother. He just stays strong.
Yep.
Keeps driving hard and goes away. McRae finishes quickly, as I mentioned, right on the inside. Samakonga is ever charging. Didn't quite get in the top 3 there.
Yep. And it wasn't an abrupt response.
Yeah, that's not great.
Response. Let's continue.
Wasn't it Kurt Schilling that broke the news about Tim Wakefield having cancer, though? That one may have been worse. I thought he did the same type of thing over on Twitter.
And look at when coming home in some of the bigger races, but he did get to the line first.
I mean, hey, if he's getting mentioned with Schilling, he's not doing a great job there for Ric Flair, the old nature boy. What if he yelled out "woo" when he typed that one?
Your main event, you want to win, man. You want to win your main event, and he would.
I don't know. How old's Ric Flair? He's got to be pushing 80, yeah. At least in his mid-70s.
Richards got pipped by McRae. Who's not such a good 200-meter runner. McRae takes second from Richards. Samakonga finishing quickly as well.
Wrestled like 4 years ago.
When we get to the 200 meters, Richards though will have to be better than that.
He is 76. Okay. Yeah, I figured he's got to be in that range.
Good introduction.
So we see we had Hudson Smith, McRae, and Richards 1, 2, 3. Those points carry over throughout the Grand Slam track event.
Struggling as we thought he might in lane 1 as well.
This one live from Philadelphia.
Best form.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm paying attention more this year to the home plate umpires, but I'm seeing a lot of terrible calls. And having those post-game scorecards makes it a little bit more obvious when they are blowing something now versus, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago when we didn't pay so much attention to it. Like, you knew it was a bad call when you saw it, but now you get the post-game reports like, oh, this guy had a factoring favor of, 1.5 runs to whichever team. Pretty funky. Yeah, I'm warming up to it. At first I thought we should never get away from a human calling it, but maybe we should just have the balls and strikes be robotic and have the on-field umpires for the other stuff.
Kingston, I tore my hamstring like 2 weeks before, so give me the win. And Miami, I tore my hamstring in the 200, so I'm healthy. Just wanted to get the win. Didn't really care about the time.
Like this, doesn't think robot umpires are the way, but the reviewing system, he'd like it.
It's about being strategic and getting the points.
Yeah, they gotta do something.
I knew if I win the 400 in the most comfortable way possible, it would set me up for tomorrow, and that's exactly what I did.
Perfect. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mike was really liking spring training. I only watched like 5 innings of spring training, so I didn't get a good grasp of it.
So he's done well to come back from that.
Yeah.
Okay, no injury problems for Nikki Hiltz, Jess Hiltz et al. We've got this women's 1500 meters first race in their short distance slam, and 1 or 2 interesting additions to the field, including Addie Wiley, but in particular Georgia Hunter-Bell, Olympic bronze medalist from Great Britain, great 800 meter, 1500 meter specialist. We're looking forward to seeing her take on the slam.
Red Chat respondents, 81% of you say track is your favorite sport.
Previously on Grand Slam track, women's short distance.
It's Hayelu got this at the moment. Well, Teji's got nothing. Only Hiltz can contend here, but Hayelu moves away. Hayelu wins it. This is going to go all the way to the wire for the slam. Hayelu hanging on to Mora. This is going to be tight on the line. $100,000 heading towards Well, Haelu was a challenger in Miami and took away the Grand Slam prize. Can one of the challengers do it here? Addie Wiley, who's just come off a pretty big performance, and she will know that the class of the athletes here, well, Teji, you know, these are all world and Olympic medalists. Nikki Hiltz of the US, and have shown
Philly buildings are quite sharp. You're not wrong, Styrofoam. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching here with us. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'll have Grand Slam track again tomorrow here on my channel through Creator Sports Network.
Jess Hull, Olympic silver medalist at 1500, yet to really find her best. She had to go back to Australia in between Kingston and Miami for the Australian champs, but has stayed in the US since then. Nia Akins, good to see the 800-meter specialist. 1500 not her main event for the American. Abby Caldwell.
You know what? We would actually like Raw. At least I wanted him over Kotze.
2022, I remember commentating on her at the Commonwealth Games.
We can trade our managers for each other.
Very well at both middle distances.
The thing with Wash is Wash probably got a legit major league manager scale contract, where I bet you Kotze doesn't make a whole heck of a lot.
1500 meters.
They probably gave him a small pay bump to stick around for 3 more years.
That's where she's been training recently, and the 800 is indeed the natural home for Mary Mora, the world champion, Olympic bronze medalist in the 800, who actually led briefly in the 1500 in Miami. So an unusual start line, right tucked in the corner, and they have to stay in lane 4. That's where the curve is. And then from here,
oh yeah, we're live
from here, folks. Just over
live from Philly.
3.5 laps to go. So
you see the little score bug over there where it says CSN. I work with them. It's Creator Sports Network, and they have a lot of different live sporting events for us to broadcast from, you know, from time to time. Usually, at least a few times a month, we got different live sporting events.
So really intriguing.
Yeah, I think Addie Wiley is one that really
He did a great job back in the day with guys like Tejada and Chavez, but you know, time goes by and sometimes people are maybe not as effective in what they used to do. Eric Chavez actually gave him one of his gold gloves many years ago.
They have another new uniform. I think it's
because Wash was so instrumental in his defensive play.
The colors of the track, but Hiltz is so excited to be back. Said they might run a little bit of a different strategy because the 1500 is first. Maybe push.
You know, it's possible, right? And then you know the games change, positioning has changed, advanced scouting, all that. Maybe the game's passed Wash by. I know he's one of the older managers.
That's going to hurt the likes of Mary Mora. Georgia Hunter-Bell happy to just let others make the pace here. Hull will enjoy, I think, a quick pace here. In second place, Hiltz in the blue in 4th behind Wiley.
Little dicey there, Mike. Hope you see it through because you're hanging out and enjoying your boys playing.
Just slows, and that's a little invitation because Jess Hull has been out-kicked 3 or 4 times in Grand Slam.
Sometimes they leave them in too long.
The pace to be hard and fast. She's picking it up and keeping it going here.
One interesting tidbit I think about Hull this time. Jess Hull came into the last 2 slams with some races behind her. Now she's rested. She hasn't raced between the last in Miami and now, so she's rested and she's had another great training block. Look at how she's pushing. She looks really good out front right now.
2.8 through 800 meters, so a slower second lap, but that was because pace slow, but Hull has got this moving again, and they're completely stretched out. And the 800-meter athletes, Akins and Mary Mora, miles behind, as you'd expect, because this is hard and it's fast. Hull, Welteji, Hiltz, Georgia, Hunter-Bell of Great Britain, and then Wiley and Caldwell, another 3-4 meters behind them.
Hunter-Bell had a great indoors, but has now had 2 training stints.
Yeah, we're live from Philly.
She's just getting into form here, but this might
Lee Brewster looks a little bit like Cameron Brink. Jessica there.
The final 400 meters, but look at Jess Hull up front. Teddy looks great too.
According to the player tracker, this is live MLB broadcast when Frigo is frolicking around in the outfield. I like it.
After chasing Faith Kipyegon in the Paris Diamond League, then carried it on through to the Olympic Games where she won the silver medal behind Kipyegon, and she did it by hard running, not frightened to be at the front, but She hasn't got rid of Welteji. These two
Track says Mary Moria cannot do the 1500. Yeah, Hector came into one of those A's games and his ERA was sky high. We couldn't touch him. Yeah, thanks, A's.
She's sitting and looking comfortable now, but has she got the pace? Hull often looks as though she's not going to hang on, but she's so strong, so determined. Eyes on the finish line now. Welteji moves out. Looks as though she's got a bit of pace, and indeed she just finds her half a yard. Hull tries to respond, is not going to be able to, and Welteji's going to take the win again. It's 3:58.
Mary's sister ran in Nairobi today too.
Bell fourth, Caldwell fifth. All about these two though. Hull versus Welteji. Welteji set it off. 62 first 400 meters. Then it slowed a little bit. That was all the invitation that Jess Hull.
Sounds like they're getting glitchy out there, Mike.
Continue to make it
so a pretty good race.
Fast. But Welteji had enough at the end.
She sure did. You know, Hull knows that this is important to win that initial event and her best event. Welteji just waited, just using that. You could hear the crowd. They didn't do the whoop, whoop like they do at Penn Relays, but they were into it.
They do the what?
They do whoop.
Maybe the team just give it up.
I need to hear that.
No.
They do the what? Do it again. That was a great race. You know, this is what we keep saying. Grand Slams all about people racing hard, racing, you know, stride for stride for the prize. I mean, Jess did what you kind of expect Jess to do. She's had these slams up to this point where she's been out-kicked by others, not been far away. This was a different race.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I like that Hull took it, but
if you get a chance between races, like right now, to click on the pin message from our sponsor, that would be wonderful. You can check out some of the awesome running gear that is helping bring you Creator Sports Network's live events, like today, that Grand Slam track from Philly.
Welteji had it. I mean, she's saving something there, Crammy. She's got something for that 8.
Yeah, you could be right. I mean, she's a lovely looking runner. And when you're sitting on somebody like that and you've got the pace to go past, you kind of go storming past. But this time she, like you said, it was almost gliding, and has she got more?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. She looked really smooth, looked really confident, ran very fast. Look at that, 3:58.04.
46 for the last 300, but that's doesn't tell the whole story. It was hard, and they pulled them under 4 minutes for the first time in Grand Slam. That's certainly our quickest time in Grand Slam. Hiltz third, Hunter Bell fourth place. All set up lovely for the 800.
Equaled the fastest time in the world outdoors so far this year. Sergey indoors ran 3:53, but outdoors 3:58.
So 12 points. Just wondering, I mean, you know, Mary Mora, 2 points.
Just look at our point standings.
She was the favorite to win the 8
after the race.
I mean, Hunter Bell's a good 800 meters, still all up for grabs there.
Jess Hull, obviously you'd have loved the win, but 2 fourth places has turned to a second. You look like you loved that.
I did. The crowd is awesome today, and to walk out and see most of the lower deck full was just like, oh, we're on. Like, I think Dad and I spoke about we wanted to run fast today, so when you come out and the track is set up like this, it's a good day and a great field, so yeah, we run fast.
So what's going to happen tomorrow?
I think I need to be around Daribe and Nikki, which is where I have been all season, so as long as I'm around those women, I think those athletes, I think they'll be close to being in it, so it's nice to have second in my main event and be like right there for the chase. Yeah,
absolutely right. Can't wait to see you tomorrow and enjoy this crowd.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah, well done, Jess Hull. Really gave it everything she could there. Couldn't quite hold off Welteji.
You look into the stands, they're in Philly.
You would have seen in the women's 400 meters that Aid Nasser here, who's in lane 5, cuts back into lane 4, and I can tell you she's now been disqualified. Sorry, was in lane 6 and has cut back into lane 5. the rule is you are supposed to stay in your lane all the way around. She didn't impede anybody, but you have to stay in your lane. Now in the Grand Slam, I mean, at the games, that's bad enough. You don't get advancement Grand Slam. That means, obviously, it's going to cost her financially as well as anything else. So disqualified, moves down to 8th, doesn't get any points because he disqualified, doesn't even get the 1 point. So Paulino there with the 12 means Price moves up, gets 8, Whittaker, and so on. Everybody else moves up 1.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's a little confusing, but that part of the track is normal.
All right, they're approaching the blocks. Let's get ready for our next portion of this one. So the points carry over. One of the events that I got to broadcast before Styrofoam was like a 3-day one. I believe this one's just 2 days. So like tomorrow there'll be the conclusion of Grand Slam track. So your points carry over to tomorrow.
That's where the toss comes
Not really
in.
sure how that factors in with prize money and different things, but like multiple heats is sort of how it works over the split of the days.
When you actually run and jump into the stands.
The football guys do that.
They do
me. And
Who could have been first?
NFL, not soccer.
Yeah,
it's
NFL.
Football.
You guys don't care about that stuff. I understand.
You'd need to be a high jumper. Well, talking about jumping or hurdling, Trey Cunningham, we just saw him walking away out of shot there. We've got the short hurdles, men first. Can't wait for both of these races, really interesting. Here's the quickest man in the world this year, one of the quickest ever, 12:87. I mean, just phenomenal. That was in China. He started with the Diamond League season just in a sensational style, 4th fastest ever. Trey Cunningham, by contrast, we saw him win the Slam in Miami with 2 sensational races, equaled his personal best in the hurdles, 13 flat. So, what have we got in store here? Plenty of others. Roberts, Crittenden, Simonelli. What about Britt? Quick starter as well. There is Cordell Tinch. Hasn't raced since then, so what's he brought home?
Previously on Grand Slam track, men's short hurdles.
Look at Trey Cunningham leading this one in the minute. Freddie Crittenden not too far away. Can Cunningham hang on? He does. He's absolutely made up with that. Right in the middle there, Trey Cunningham is in the mix and may even be leading this. It's got to be Cunningham. Yes, you take a bow, son.
Get ready for some hurdles.
Crowd gathered at the top of the home straight in Franklin Field, ready for the 110 hurdles, the first race in the short hurdles. Men, and then we got the women after this. That's Eric Edwards Jr., 25-year-old American. 31.5, his best score 3 years ago now. Jamal Britt, he is a very, very quick starter. Gets out fast. Ran well in the Doha Diamond League a couple of weeks ago, was second there. Was pretty close to his personal best in Miami. How about Simonelli? Had a good win just recently, actually, against Britt and Omar McLeod. He beat both of them in Savona in Italy just last week, as he travelled well. Freddie Crittenden, third in both Grand Slams in this event in the 110 hurdles, 13:09 in Miami. Such a fast race we saw there. Now Dan Roberts in his day and the best in the world. Olympic silver
My
medalist.
streamer mode got toggled off there on Discord. Just got it reset. Sorry for the little pings and dings there.
He suddenly now has
in that service.
expectation he hasn't had before.
Yes.
Just wonder whether Trey Cunningham might even still be the favourite. I say that just because he's running so consistently well. But let's see what Tinch has got here. And then
Volume's low, can't hear the commentators. Alright, I'll bring them up a little bit.
Already when the European Indoor Championships.
How about that, Sean?
7:39, which is super
I think
quick.
you mean their volume's low.
Didn't do as well in the World Championships indoors, but he is, again, another one who gets out sharpish.
In the press conference,
On your marks.
Cordell Tinch was all business. Not much smiling. I think this race is very important as far as establishing himself as.
Unless you want
him
my
being the
mic
guy.
louder.
The way
I'm not sure.
Trey Cunningham was
I
talking,
turned
he
up
was actually talking like he already
the
won
event
race.
charm.
The confidence I'm hearing out of him is very interesting. So seeing them line up.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Battle of wills.
You know, Tinch, we saw in Kingston, 5th. Then he goes to China and runs super quick. Pressure on.
He's going to want these hurdles. He's going to want these hurdles.
Tinch is in 6. Cunningham's in 7.
6.
Roberts gets out very slowly indeed. Twenty-two's losing it. Szymanski's there very much in as well. Britt over on the far side, and here comes Cornell Tinch. Cornell Tinch and Cunningham just coming away. Britt's right in the mix as well. It could be Britt. Very close indeed. Jamal
pretty
Britt
intense
over
race.
on the far side. Cornell Tinch isn't sure.
Britt,
13:08. I think Britt got that in the end.
Wow.
They've given it to him.
Oh, that's huge.
Do you know?
Slam-wise, that's huge.
He started well. He's a good starter. Then you're just not sure what's going to happen after that with Jamal Britt. However, Tinch, by hurdle 5, I thought he was going to go on and move away, take it, but he didn't. And Britt ran through. I think Tinch thought he'd won that.
I think so too. I think with Cordell's running style, he knows once he's in the middle of the race, his speed between the hurdles and how quick his turnover is, he's more than likely to pull away. He got into the race very quickly, which is good for him. But for Jamal Britt to be able to pull this out, and considering how good his 100 is, I mean, he has a real shot at the slam.
Let's just watch this.
Hey,
Britt's
we'll
over
try
the
to be
far
there.
side in lane 2. I said he's a good starter.
Don't want to
Szymanski closest
overpromise
to the
and
camera, also
underdeliver.
good out of the
That's good to know.
Well,
Tyson.
Daniel Roberts was
away.
gone.
Yeah.
He was out of there, and I think that actually helped Cordell to get in the race quicker. And once he got into the middle of the race, I actually thought he was just going to pull away easily. But out of lane 1, you saw Jamal Britt come up and maybe surprised him. Maybe surprised him.
You need to watch Tinch turn around when he gets across, because it's like he goes to breast the tape and he goes, hang on, somebody else. It's gone.
Yeah. And even as I'm watching the build-up of the race, I'm thinking about those 2 lanes.
Watch this. I'm sure he thinks he's... And he goes, oh, and then he does look
It looked like
across.
he looked over like, wait a second, what?
Yeah.
But I would be guilty of it too. I was thinking those 2 lanes, Cordell and Trey Cunningham. And Cordell might have been thinking the exact same thing. As long as I'm ahead of this guy, I win. And that's not the case, apparently.
Well, he was close to personal best in Miami when he ran 13:10. He's just 100th of his best here. Jamal Britt takes the win. That's
I
gonna
kind of
be
miss
a
being able
very
to just
interesting 100
face
meters
one matter,
tomorrow
though, for what
these
it's worth.
hurdlers. 12 points.
Oh, I missed
Tinch
it,
and
bud.
Cunningham close
No, I didn't realize
enough,
what you're
but-
referencing, tight spot.
And you know, the points can all change. Then we get into combined times, and he lost a 10th there, a full 10th on Jamal Britt.
Oh, Britt, from lane 2, that was a proper ding-dong of a race. How was it for yourself, sir?
It felt good. It was a bit difficult because I'm always in lane 2 and everybody's on my right of me, but all I do is have to focus in my lane. I felt good today. I just had to get out and maintain and finish the last furrows like I usually do. So, and I came out with the win today, and that's how it is.
It was absolutely superb. You stayed out of trouble right in that lane 2, but tomorrow it's the 100 meters. What's going to happen there? Different ball game.
I've been wanting that 10-1, 10-0, so hopefully I can get that tomorrow. So that's the goal. But overall, I'm just trying to have fun. That's how we guys are and compete for this weekend.
And $100,000, a lot of motivation. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's going to be intriguing tomorrow, isn't it? And well, all
Beat them
eyes,
all in the 100s
Clute
is
husbands
grand.
on
Grand, I believe it.
Sydney McLaughlin Levrone. I skipped prom. Is that a big thing to skip your prom?
Yeah, that guy just came in too. He's a firefighter, downloaded the purple app, looking for the Twitch app. They always call it purple when we're on TikTok.
Right,
So
Sydney,
he
what we
he
got
literally
on the
downloaded the
hurdles?
purple app. It was pretty funny this morning.
Dropping down, didn't have to. Come on to take some
I know
of
he
the
was just doing his
world's
best,
best.
but
Not only the
still.
best ever
Cracked
now,
up, yeah.
after what we saw in Miami.
Yeah.
Has she got the pace? You throw in
Needs a little head
what
start
Tia
for Grant.
Jones did, 12:19. And then Akira Nugent.
Yeah,
right
Ramirez
in
is fun to
amongst
watch.
them
On
there.
MLS
She's
is sitting against your
12:34
team,
this
right?
year. You look at young Taji Kambunji, who I've been a big fan of as she's developing as a young hurdler. Second fastest ever 60-meter hurdle. She's a fast starter. Maybe still finding at the senior level.
Grant, what you up to
getting
this
into,
weekend?
the
Good to have
100
you here.
hurdles. But she's going to one day start running 12.2, 12.3. Lots to look forward to here.
Previously on Grand Slam track, women's short hurdle.
It's going to be very, very tight on the line. Very tight indeed. Russell just getting it. 12.17. It's going to be Akira Nugent. She wins it. And I think that's going to mean the slam winner and a very quick time there for Akira Nugent. Wherever you look here, great exponents of the 100-meter
Been in bed
hurdles.
most of the day,
and
drinking too
joined
much
by
last
Sydney
night.
McLaughlin-Levrone got a good lane
Hey,
right in the
getting a
middle.
little rest after
So
a
let's
fun
see how
day.
she goes with
It's
that.
worth
Megan
it.
Tapper, the diminutive Jamaican, who will start fast.
This is kind of out of your way too, Grant. You should actually be out the way.
Miami
This is
ran
the
well in the
Philly.
100 meters in Miami as
Barely
well.
got
Well in
any
the overall slam. Finished third. Then Tia Jones.
You're celebrating my birthday early, right, Grant?
Didn't win in Miami, but ran
So they're featuring Tia
12.19.
Jones on the
Former world junior
pre-heat
champion. Talking about great juniors. Taji Kambunji, she's 23 now. Her older
Tia's a pretty
sister,
cool name.
Majinga, is the one who's had all the headlines over the years, multiple medalist in the sprints. She's standing next for perhaps the most famous track athlete in the US, in the world, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, coming down to the short hurdles. Very rarely
on the
races
second,
this
yeah.
distance anymore.
Pretty sure yours
But
is
for
coming
Kira
too, right? I
Nugent,
think yours
this is her
June
park,
or
her
around June.
backyard.
Not,
12.24,
okay, there we go. The
her
12.
best, and in Miami wasn't far off that. The slam winner next to her, Danielle Williams, former two-time world champion, 32 now, but still running as quick as ever. Can she cause an upset here? Tania Marshall, very consistent in 2024 with producing times week in, week out. And then Christine Clements, 7th at the World Indoor Championships, and has already been close to her
Do
personal best
IRL,
this year.
Little League World Series. Dude, I hope you do. I think you're joking, but I kind of hope you actually do it.
Kambunji in the mix there. You just wonder whether Sydney's ready for this in terms of how quick this is going to
Shooting
go
pretty
by.
late into the
We
morning
saw
today,
earlier that
so
she's leading
I may
the
catch a
point
nap
standings
after
for
the
Race of
stream
the
is
Year.
done.
And she's putting it on the line to run with these short hurdlers.
She's in 4. Tia Jones is in 2. Nugent in 5.
And they're off. Here we go.
Sydney gets out.
Short hurdles going to be done
Nugent
as fast. They
also
flying
Tia Jones over the far
on the
side.
track
Nugent
here.
just leading this one at the moment. Nugent
Looks like lane 5 is open up for
Nugent
you.
continues to go away.
And she will
Wins it
win.
easily in the end. 12:44. Sydney just not on terms in an event we wouldn't necessarily expect it to be. Tia Jones did hang on for second place after getting out sharp.
Dude, I would love some. Yeah, they're like super into T-ball and coach pitch
there.
right now.
Got out well. Was up with Jones,
Yeah,
who we
hard,
know
hard to
can
pick
get
up any
quickly,
gear
so does Tapper
if
as
you,
well. But then
you're
she
not,
just continued
to-
to move away from there. Sydney 5th.
Maybe this year, or maybe one of
Kira
you.
Nugent. You always have a kind of a chip on your shoulder when it's your event and you want to protect that event and other people coming into it. And she obviously wanted to make sure that she established
Quite the
who's who
sprint.
in the most competitive event in track and field right now.
And you're right, when you look at the world, and no Masai Russell here, but what she did in Miami, with people popping up all over the place, people like Amasan, Nugent. I mean, Nugent, had a chance at Olympic medal, and it all fell away for her in the first hurdle. But great to see Sydney take it on. Great athletes like a challenge.
I'd rather see her challenge herself, man, if I'm being honest. We know what she can do in the 400.
Like a
We've seen it
30-minute drive for you.
She's constantly
Try to
racing
avoid the
clock.
city that time of
I'd
the
like
year,
to
but
see
you
her
find
race
yourself
people,
there
and
definitely
she did it.
will.
I think she has a
Yeah, I bet
desire
it's
to do
really
that as
packed
well.
with all the
You
tourists
gotta be
and
able to
families
do things
and
to keep the heat under
players
you.
and stuff coming in and media.
I think she realizes that. She actually got out decently. Having Akira right next to her, though, when you're next to that kind of cadence, it can actually throw you off because this is something that she doesn't necessarily feel all the time. She's on a stagger usually and doesn't always have athletes right next to her. So that's new for her. And to see someone three-stepping that quickly right next to you,
yeah,
it's not that simple to run next to.
I mean, technically, she's only raced this twice, I think, since 2021.
Yeah.
So, and until you get in the mix with the fast people, it's all right in training and everything, but, she did pretty well there. She's beaten some good athletes, including Kapunji Williams. So McLaughlin Leveroni, 5th place there, 4 points, flat 100 to come tomorrow. Nugent in a good position there with Jones at the top again, 12 and 8 points. And
So there's our top
taking the
3.
6 there.
The Jamaican
As you mentioned,
lady,
in terms of the overall
taking
race,
birth.
that she pretty much knew she was almost throwing that out of the window, particularly because Jefferson Wooden won again today in the 200 meters in the long sprints. Sorry, short sprints.
All right, you have the 400 hurdle world record holder on your left, Danielle Williams on your right. What's going through your mind at the starting line?
I just needed to execute my race, it's coming along very nicely for me, and I'm just being patient as the races go by.
And how are you looking forward to the 100 tomorrow? We know you love to sprint. What's going through
Possible
your
to
mind for the
get
100?
to, especially to go through downtown Williamsport or across the river to South Williamsport, absolute nightmare. How big is the town? It's pretty small, right? In my mind, it's like 50,000 people, but then they host a Little League World Series. So there probably isn't the infrastructure really built out for all that. But it may be a lot.
It almost came out for a bit. It certainly helped us have some big races. Looking forward to Dos Santos again. Can he keep up his invincible record? Trey Cunningham going again in the 100 in the short hurdles event. We'll be seeing Sydney again, don't forget. Those distance races need sorting out. But what about Kenny and Gabby? Kenny, great day for him. Gabby with work.
That's around the size of my hometown.
Really is going to be
I can only
an
imagine having
intriguing day.
here.
And it's
Let me see if I have a race itinerary.
Field in day 1. Join us tomorrow. We'll be back.
I do have some information. Bit sheets. Let's see.
Ready, set, go.
We just had the ladies 100 meter, right? The hurdle. So I'm trying to scroll through and find it for you. So. Wish I could link this to you, but it's a PDF file that I have.
Ready, set, go.
Right, so up next is the 100 meter hurdles. I think we just had the 110, if I looked at it correctly. And I think that's it. So it looks like we got women's short hurdles and women's short hurdles to wrap up. Might be a typo, but that's how I'm seeing it. So we may be winding down the event here, possibly preparing for tomorrow. The event started like 30 minutes later than anticipated initially, so I was thinking we'd probably run deeper into the evening. That time of the year, probably a few extra thousand people, but when they're all congested in one area, it's just, oh yeah, I bet. And I'm guessing like the hotels and restaurants and everything probably love it because their businesses are booming when everybody comes in for Little League. Probably selling a lot of hats, shirts, not just Little League branded stuff, but just whatever's in the town, so people can remember their journey out. Especially if you're coming from overseas, right? To be there. So I don't know if they're getting ready to send us off track. We may be getting ready to do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be on, and it should start an hour later tomorrow. So I know you're in Kenya, so obviously the time's way different for you, but an hour later than today, whenever you found my stream, we should be going live. But I'll be sure that they're actually wrapping up. I have my volume kind of low locally. I know you guys can hear it okay, but I have it kind of low. So I didn't catch if they were saying this is final race or something. We'll wait for the send-off. grocery store right downtown. Always focusing there, just buying a bunch of Americans. Oh, I bet, yeah. Bring everything home. Here's some Doritos or whatever. Although I got to give folks credit for trying out different things. Maybe they already know it's good, you know, if they've had it like at an American store in their home country. But if I was abroad, I would probably look for stuff that I recognized instead of trying too many different things. Hey, Track, of course, yeah. Creator Sports Network, they do a great job getting us different events. Sorry, I was talking through a lot of it, but hopefully you guys enjoyed all the racing. We got part 2 tomorrow. Should have more Grand Slam track in the future as well, so I hope you guys will subscribe and stay subscribed. I always do like sports content, whether it's live sports or sports video games. And you guys can always come talk track to me and teach me the things that I don't know, because I don't know a whole lot about the sport, to be honest. I know a few of the stars and that sort of thing, but there's a lot that I don't know. Wish it was more in my wheelhouse, like some of the other sports, but you know, the more you watch, the more you learn.
How do we
too.
pick up on this? We just
Grant says he used to work at that store.
what a day!
And was putting them on the local branded chips. They're the best chips.
Yep. Okay. Let me get the stop clock going.
Which ones are those, Grant? I feel like we've had this conversation before. Are they like hers or something
You want
out
me to go
there
faster, or is that
on
good?
the East Coast? I could be completely wrong, but I feel like you were telling me there were some really good ones out your way. But it's been a while.
I'm sorry, guys. These two.
Yeah, I think we're gonna sign out here, so we can always do it again.
Okay.
Tomorrow afternoon. Have to send us some of those too. The barbecue chips are the best. Got a bit of spice, but they're so good. They're middle swarth chips. No, can't say I've heard of those. S tier. I love chips, dude. Like way
Yet
too
again,
much.
athletes deliver. Great day one. Want you to pick out something, Anson?
Been a problem. I slimmed down and now
in that 200.
I'm doing the
for her
opposite
to get out
again.
ahead of the Olympic champion on the turn.
Last couple of
stay
weeks
out
I've been
there.
watching my
I got
my
amped,
portion
man. I
block
got really hyped
closer,
for that
but
race. I think that was really cool, and the
did too
vibe
much,
here
oh,
also
yeah.
helped. I mean, Philly set the standard right now as far as what
I'll
a
just
slam is supposed to be
exercise
like.
later.
Carrie?
I mean, you say you were amped about that. I was amped about seeing Marco Arup. I mean, he had such dominance in the 800 today, showing
Kinda
what
wish
the
we could see
series
the
is,
announcers when they're
is
breaking
doing.
down
It's
the
building
event for us.
strength, and you know, with him running
But
the
it's very
1500
well
meters and
produced,
now being
these,
able to run the 800, his
Grand Slam
event that
track
way,
events.
we better look out. It's working. This whole thing is doing what it's supposed to do.
You know, I was going to pick out Kenny because, I mean, it's your
It's
territory.
tomorrow.
The sprinting, but it was phenomenal.
I'm getting word
However,
12:30
because
p.m.
we're in
Pacific
the
Standard
city,
Time.
which has such this
So we
boxing
should be on
heritage 'cause of
there.
Rocky. Do you remember Muhammad Ali rope a
See, and
dope
that's a
thing?
wrap
Agnes
from our
and Gaetich.
producer.
Yes.
So
He
I'll
just
go ahead and wrap
did
up,
that whole thing where you
and
think you're
we'll do
gonna
it again
beat me, you think
tomorrow.
you're going to beat me, and then bang, knockout
Thank
blow
you
at
everybody
the
for
end.
tuning in,
Perfect.
and
Tactical
appreciate you guys
3,000
being a
meters
part
in a way which we weren't
of the
expecting.
community
So that's my win
and
for
hanging out
today.
with us.
Was it?
As we do our thing here on Grand Slam Track.
Was it
Let me see if,
okay? Did I stutter a lot?
You were good.
Okay.
Shawno's on. Yeah, we'll rate Shawno.
I'm fine if you are. No.
No, we're
But-
good. It's
okay.
Here we go.
natural.
You
From
guys
Philly
know.
to Philly.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
If you guys are on Twitch, enjoy the Shawno raid right now.